Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Jill Upson, and I'm currently the delegate that represents the 65th District that encompasses Charlestown and Ranson primarily. I want to thank you for this opportunity to talk about what I've done and to share my vision for the future. When I came before all of you 2 years ago, I said legislation to enhance West Virginia's business climate, job market, and quality of life would receive top priority when I was elected. And with your support, I was elected in 2014. And I was able to make removing the roadblocks to prosperity a top priority. Since being sworn into office in 2015, I have voted to repeal West Virginia cap and trade, passed alternative certification of teachers, called for an audit of the Department of Highways, repealed prevailing wage, passed pain-capable and dismemberment bills, allowed for the drug testing and treatment of people who receive TANF benefits, increased the availability of naloxone, passed the brunch bill, brought Uber and Lyft to West Virginia, passed voter ID, introduced the Veterans Preference Hiring Bill, and made West Virginia the 26th right-to-work state. I was also one out of only 12 of 100 House members who were chosen to serve on the Select Committee for the Prevention and Treatment of Substance Abuse. We passed 19 bills out of that committee. Several of those bills were signed into law. A bill providing pregnant women priority substance abuse treatment. A bill allowing doctors to decline prescribing controlled substances if they believe that the patient is abusing or diverting that drug unlawfully. We also passed the bill which allows pharmacists to dispense life-saving opioid antagonists such as Narcan and naloxone without a prescription. I also took it upon myself to take a class in the overdose response training program given by the Berkeley County Health Department so that I too would know how to respond to a heroin overdose. We were also able to close loopholes in the regulation of methadone clinics that allowed doctors to evade regulation. Now, those previously in power are not happy about the incredible progress that we've been able to make in a very short amount of time. They want to go back to doing what they've always done. So they've recruited candidates who are committed to undoing the progress that we've made. So despite what business leaders from around the state have told us that we need to do to bring jobs to West Virginia, they've recruited candidates who are committed to repealing right to work, who want to undo a lot of the tort reform measures that medical professionals have said have made it less difficult to do business in this state. But we cannot afford to go back. We can't afford to go back to being 48th in educational achievement. We can't afford to go back to being the worst state to do business in. We can't afford to go back to eliminating thousands of jobs and watching 13,000 West Virginians pack up and leave the state permanently over a 3-year period. We can't afford to go back to ranking near the bottom in per capita income. We must continue to move our state forward, not only for our sake, but for the sake of our children and for their children. We must create a tax structure that encourages creativity, entrepreneurship, and hard work. We must begin to balance the top-heavy bureaucracy that strangles our classroom teachers and drains needed resources from our local schools. We must continue to protect our freedoms and our values that are under attack from both Charleston and Washington. And finally, we must be committed to operating your state government with complete transparency and accountability for how your tax dollars are being spent. I am so grateful for the opportunity that you gave me in 2014 to serve as your representative. In just a year and a half, I've been able to accomplish a great deal to address many of the problems that we face as a state. And I'm looking forward to the positive results as these efforts of these policies begin to take effect. And I'm asking for your support. I'm also asking for your vote in November so that we can continue to build on the progress that was begun back in 2015. Thank you.